I tell you, that is the quickest animal I've ever seen. This is the After the Show, and this is the first time we've had a kangaroo on, and I have to go.
Well, we've got to have one on. Today's Australia Day.
Oh, great.
And the guy with the leash in his hand is Dan Stockdale, and that is Rocco?
Yeah, we just, as of a few minutes ago, Rocco.
All right, so give your explanation about why you changed his name.
Well, it really is representative of some of the actions of some folks I see in politics.
Some folks?
Yeah, some folks. Well, okay, one individual that tends to jump from the left to the right and then just wants us to think he's in the middle. So, that's kind of how that
So what was
works.
the kangaroo's name up until last night before the
Rocco.
State of the Union?
It was
Rocco.
Rocco. So it just seemed like a natural flow.
All right. This kangaroo doesn't look happy to be in here, but please tell us that the kangaroo is happy.
Yeah, he is happy, actually. That's just their natural behavior. They are very active, jump around a lot, obviously, have a lot of energy.
Now, what's the most dangerous part of that? Is it the, there's that classic image of the kangaroo with the boxing gloves, but then again, it's such a big hopper because it's got a tail that could just knock the soup out of you.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the arms too much, obviously. The legs are the strong part. They're 5 times as strong as a human leg, and the tail, of course, is solid muscle.
Wow. Look, now, see, okay, now I saw
You can't like that.
the gentleman that you have with you picked up the kangaroo like that.
Yeah, you pick him up.
Tail, is that I never knew that before. And they don't mind when you pick them up by the tail like that?
No, it's all muscle.
Really?
It really is. Yeah, that's how they balance.
Watch the tail.
Yeah.
You should be wearing a cup.
Yeah. Actually, I am.
You are? Oh, full disclosure. Well, let's take that one step further. Brian should have been wearing a cup.
Yeah, Brian should have.
During the broadcast show, because this kangaroo almost bit off you-know-what.
Yeah, I know. A little bit dangerous.
Do people have kangaroos as pets?
Very few people do.
Because they're cute. It's like a lot of animals. They're cute, but they're just a little hard to handle.
Well, they really are. They don't really make great pets at all. Yeah, they don't make great pets at all, of course.
Now, when he's coming at us, what does he want to do?
He's really just just socializing is all he's doing, just playing. He's about a year old, so he's very young. Think of him as a 10-year-old kid.
Right.
And they're just wanting to run around and play right now.
The face, I didn't realize, looks a lot like a rabbit.
Yeah, they do. They've got that shape to them.
Hi.
So now, why do you have Rocco in your care?
Okay, Rocco is actually a rescue, and what we're using him for now, he comes from the Aloha Safari Zoo in Cameron, South Carolina, and he's an animal ambassador for that zoo.
Okay.
So he goes out, does educational shows for schools, and teaches the public about animal conservation, wildlife, and awareness.
All right. And tell us a little bit more about Australia Day, which you are celebrating today.
Well, Australia Day began in 1788. It was the arrival of the first fleet, which was 11 ships that came from Europe, carrying about 1,500 passengers. And those 1,500 passengers, about half of those were convicts that they were shipping over to the island. And that's what Australia Day is all about.
All right. So it's not necessarily to celebrate the culture, but it's to celebrate that event.
Yeah, it's the closest thing we have is the 4th of July.
All right. Yeah. A little different.
Yeah, a little different.
Doesn't involve convicts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So when you bring the kangaroo to the schools, what's the kids' reaction?
Oh, you know what? When I do the schools and then as well as when I'm doing corporate events.
Rocco's licking the set.
I know. He's really hungry right now. No, the reaction is amazing. This is probably the most popular animal when I'm speaking to executives. It's the most popular animal we bring out.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, they love them. Just the action. As you can see, they're very unpredictable. They're all over the place. A lot of times, if we're in a large ballroom, we just let them run free in the ballroom.
Oh, my gosh.
And yeah.
And it's such an oddity. On this show, we've had everything. We've had elephants, llamaas, we've had lions and tigers and bears. We have never had a kangaroo.
Kangaroo, yeah. Very unique animals, very powerful animals. Their stomach actually, you were talking about the State of the Union earlier. Their stomach has a lot to do with some of the policy decisions as well.
In what way?
It's really strange. They've got a stomach like a cow, and when
the Romans.
Yeah, well, they're herbivores, and what they'll do is they eat grasses. When you eat grasses, you're not really sure what you're getting, and you kind of regurgitate it and have to swallow it out.
Oh, like a cud?
Yeah, like a cud, exactly. But, you don't know for sure what you're getting going in. That's why it's kind of like Obamacare, but you know for sure what's going to come out the backside.
Oh.
So, yeah, there's a little bit of correlation there
I never
as well.
knew kangaroos were political.
They are political.
Now, this is, I saw you holding them a moment ago, a male.
Mm-hmm.
The males don't have pouches, right?
Correct. Yes, just the females that have pouches. Their young will be in the pouch for around 8 months, and they can actually have 3 young at one time. They'll just generally have one in the pouch, but they can also have an embryo that's
And
waiting.
in the pouch are the nipples, right?
Mhm. Yeah, sure.
I'll be
Yeah,
darned.
sure. So
Nature.
when they're born, they are about 3/4 of an inch tall, about the size of the tip of your finger. They crawl up into the sac attached to one of the nipples. That's how they get their nourishment.
They're that small when they're
Yeah,
born?
very small.
And do
very
they just
small.
have one baby at a time?
Yeah, generally just one baby at a time. They crawl up into the pouch and will stay in there for about eight months.
8 months.
Yeah.
Wow. So the pouch ends up sort of being like the womb.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And,
Womb with a view.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have to exert much energy. They just.
I like you a lot, Dan, but I'm sorry if I'm standing this far away.
That's all right.
But last week I had a kinkajou
Yeah, that's
that
what I
ended
heard.
up on my neck, and I just don't really want that kangaroo on my neck. Right
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Don't blame
Yeah.
you.
He could do some nasty damage to those shoes. They look like leopard skin. Or
Really?
yeah.
Maybe that's what he liked.
It is.
Okay.
All right, Dan Stockdale, your website is?
naturecoalition.org. And we have a kangaroo fact sheet that folks can download there. And if they just want to log on, they can get a copy of that
Gretch,
fact
where are you
sheet.
going?
The
Gretchen's
kangaroo
coming
is
toward you.
following me, and
I was waiting to see where he goes.
He's following
I'm going
you.
behind
Thought might be
here.
kind of
He's
fun
after
to
the
watch him.
shoes.
He's after the
I
shoes.
am going back here.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Dan, thanks for hopping on into our studio.
Thank you.
Protect
Appreciate
me.
it.
Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Now everybody. Never mind. See you tomorrow.